Alright, thank you very much. Hello everybody, it's your good friend Possible here, and that's right, I am back and back in action with another look at another movie that came out recently. That's right kids, it's Black Hat with Chris Hemsworth. Taking a break from his role as Thor, Chris decides to branch out into more of a techno thriller, a cyber thriller if you will, where he tries to figure out who blew up a Chinese nuclear power plant while at the same time inflated the price of soy futures. Yeah, I'm not kidding about that. You know what? It wouldn't be so bad if it didn't start out with the fact that, Chris Hemsworth, playing the master hacker, also started out in prison! That's right, he's been in jail this whole time, for the longest time. And the reason why is because he was caught doing some bad stuff and all that. I had to admit, this part bothered me. I thought this part was going to bother me. This whole, let's go get somebody out of jail to help us find this other criminal. The whole Silence of the Lambs type of thing. I just don't feel that works anymore, because that doesn't happen. They rarely go to criminals and ask them for their support. The law enforcement, they got their own hackers, they got their own people, they can solve their own crimes. They don't go to people for help. But that said, they did explain this pretty nicely. I mean, they did give it a reasonable explanation, so it didn't bother me too much. That said, he has to go out and figure out who did it, and that to me is where the movie really starts to fall apart. The setup was okay, but first off, it's the gathering of the clues, which was long, drawn out, boring, difficult to digest, if you know what I mean. Ultimately, if there's one word that I would use to describe this movie, that word would be flat. Black Hat just really fell flat. You have this setup, you're trying to be all cool, and because you got Chris Hemsworth, you also got this as his love interest, Wei Tang, who is beyond gorgeous. I mean, having her in this movie was probably one of the smartest moves they made, and that's saying something. But even with her and with him, and don't get me wrong, I have no problems with the actors. The actors were fine. It's just that everything in this movie was forced. Everything just felt forced. And as time went on, it got worse. It just got worse. It didn't get better. It was too much of a stretch of the imagination. It was too much, too much style and not enough substance, ultimately. I felt Black Hat, and it just took him too long to really get to somewhere. Even when the quote-unquote action sequences happen, you're like, are you kidding me? You're bringing this up now? It's like, and they brought up things like, really? You're going to bring up that now? Why? It doesn't fit the movie. It doesn't fit the motif or anything like that. One of the worst parts, in my opinion, was when they brought in the NSA. And of course, the NSA, because nobody is supposed to like the NSA, we're going to make them act like jerks. For no other reason than just to, put them in the movie for no reason, really. And it's like, the NSA was going to help use this secret code of theirs to help catch this, one white hacker, but then when somebody does a 9/11 style terrorist attack, oh no, we can't use it then. It didn't work ultimately. The whole movie just fell flat. I was really disappointed with Black Hat, but if anything killed this movie more, it was the long, drawn out scenes where you could have cut a good 10-20 minutes if you just would have shortened the scenes a little bit. I did not need to see the people walking around so much. Also, you gotta give cops better credit than what you do. You can't have me to believe that a SWAT team, professional police officers, walking down a tunnel, don't see the explosives on the wall that are not hidden whatsoever. Okay? Or at least hide them or do something. But give the audience credit. Let us know that these guys are not as dumb as they seem, And I get what they were trying to do. It didn't work. If there's anything that also killed this movie, the character development was very thin. And once it stopped, they were going from place to place. And at the ending moment, once again, like I said before, it fell flat. That's the one word that describes this whole movie is flat. Things just went flat. It just went too even. You know, give me some variety. Rise me up, lower me down. Rise me up, lower me down. Don't keep it. Oh. This movie, Black Hat, flatlined. So that's why I give it a pass. Guys, if you're wondering about Black Hat, believe me, don't watch it. It's a good, unless you have trouble sleeping, it's a good cure for insomnia, because this will put you to sleep, believe me, as they try to go around and spew their technobabble and be like, hey, they're using this system and we got this system, so we're going to be able to crack it and everything. Nope, didn't work, guys. Didn't fool me at all. All right, guys, that's it for me today. We'll see you at the theaters.